We're going live, and we're live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as Janitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 385. We are going to be chatting about our favorite things, which I've definitely had some stuff arrive that I am excited to chat about. How's your day going?
Good. I had quite a few meetings that were just more of like check-ins this morning. So I'm slow to get to my actual work. But afternoon is fairly clear. Don't jinx
Oh, you
me.
have jinxed it now. You have jinxed it
now. I'm going to get like 3 meetings and they're going to onto my calendar. But so I'm optimistic, I guess is what I'm saying. Good check-ins, all felt really nice talking to people, and then just now we get on to the real work here.
Excellent. Well, yeah, I was going to say I'm in a different location, but that's part of my favorite things. So I'll leave that. I'll leave that be. And I just wanted to kind of give a shout out and thank you to Park Williams, Park and Knit. We had a really great chat. I know there were a lot of people that were in with you in Madison that would normally join us on Saturdays. And then maybe it was just a busy Saturday for many people. So if you're a ZKN member, make sure you go out and check that out, because she was equal parts charming and brilliant with her design. And I've got the page up. It's not for sale yet. Her Zap Cap with the fun little geometric print, and it's fingering weight and it's color work and it works inside out. I'm like super excited about that design. It might jump in and make me non-monogamous even further. So
yeah, more uses for those single ladies as we
exactly. Yeah, like I'm dreaming of combos, right? Like a speckle and a solid, and oh yeah. No, I'm all in on the Zap Cap. So yeah, make sure you go out and check that out. And then I was going to give you the alley-oop of, again, if you are a ZK member, you have to sign up for a team, and then you'll be able to jump on the Discord threads and chat with your team members about project planning with twinning or texture, or all of the challenges have been pre-announced this year, which is exciting.
Except for the last one.
Except for the last one, okay. But we've had a couple of people be like, what, I missed it. And you're like, yeah, you gotta go out to the get involved email and sign up for the KAL team. So
yep. Yeah, the get involved email is always when we announce that and put a link. So if, and I don't try to mess with the formula at this point, because I know some people are used to it. So if you have a get involved email, there is a link in there. And if you don't have one, you can contact me or through the website, and I will make sure that you get sent the get involved email. I know some people get theirs lost in spam folders or whatever, or maybe you thought it was something else and whatnot, but the emails are coming from me now. So set me up as soon as you get one as a preferred and trusted sender of good things.
I can vouch for her. I can vouch for her. She sends good emails.
Yeah. So excited to get the KAL started. We have a few more things going on with the retreat, and there are still spots. So if anybody's out here listening to us and they want to join us in June, I got my first June is soon while I was out hanging with the ladies at the Fall Frolic. So it was
it's
fun.
Still June is approaching season. They might not understand the schedule, but once it's January, then June is soon. Otherwise, it's June is approaching.
Right. I was just saying that my favorite time of year is June is now.
Yeah.
Because most of the stuff is done and it's just like, ready to go. Anyway,
I wanted to, one of my favorite things that I just wanted to mention, in addition to the Zap Cap and very contemporary, I wanted to say hello to Claire, Valerie, Susie, out in the chat for joining us live. It's always nice to know that somebody's out there listening and probably trying to play password with us when we can't remember things. I'm like, no, it's I can't remember last week what I forgot, but I'm sure there were,
That's par for the course. I can't remember what I forgot.
Ding, ding, ding. Truer words have never been spoken. Okay. So favorite things.
Yeah, so of course the fall frolic is a favorite thing. I forgot to bring any of my really fun goodies from the goodie bag, but Jeanette always provides really beautiful things. So we had the typical tote. It's a canvas tote with some contrast color stripes, red this year, and it was really pretty. And then inside she had one of those leather trays that you would put the snaps in. So that was really fun. That's already on my end table and full of stuff, so I didn't bring it. And then a cup and some stitch markers, and of course a coupon to pick any skein yarn you wished to pick. So that's always
choose your own adventure.
Yes, choose your own adventure. You can have any color you want. So that was a lot of fun, staying up until 1 or 2 a.m., talking to people, not sleeping very much, but a good time was had by all. So, and hello to anybody that I met and handed a pin to. Hopefully we see a few new faces out in Discord or here on the podcast, or even, in real life in June.
Yeah.
So, talked to a lot of people, and it was fun.
Excellent. Do you have your skein that you picked and more skeins that joined it?
Yes, we have skeins that joined it. So, I was really good at the retreat, as far as that goes, but it is a sweaters quantity. So,
okay. Ooh.
So this is the fingering Tweety, and I got, for one of those like, just yoke fingering weight sweaters that has
the color work at the top.
Yeah,
yeah,
but nothing necessarily picked out. I do have a knit love wool pattern in my library that this would work for. If I got indecisive, I already have a pattern, and it's got feathers, so I just really thought that this color was really beautiful and it would be fun with the feathers in the front. So
lots of contrast there too.
Yes, so the colors are Stormy, and I think this is Etude.
Yep.
E-T-U-D-E. Yeah. And it's very flesh. Like, I could do a naked cowl with this. Like, that is the color of Amy. But
what does Etude stand for, do you think? Like, you've got a electronic attitude? Etude?
I don't know, but I really like the color.
Yeah.
I picked it up several times in many bases, so that's why it's the color that goes with this beautiful Stormy. Yeah. And again, the Stormy was kind of like, once it spoke to me, it had to come home. And then another part of that is that some friends had some de-stash going on. So I got this lovely skein. I think it's Lady Di from the Black Panther colorways. And this was just free. That Karen gave that to me. And then a friend, Rianda, was having a little de-stash there. So I had not tried this dyer before, and from my understanding, they aren't dyeing anymore. So I scooped those up, and there was a really nice friends and family discount. I will not mention how cheap these were. So thank you. I will love on these. Are you
going to try to use them together, or are they single ladies in your stash?
Well, these are single ply and this is DK, so they probably won't all be living together, But when I did get this single ply, I did think like, oh, I could do something. But again, no plans right now. Just really liked the colors. This one's Robin Sparkles.
Ooh, yeah.
And ambrosia salad. Yeah, these are good.
Fun. Yeah.
So I have those skeins that got added.
I love that green.
But yeah, and then when on my way to Fall Frolic, I got some stuff from Megan. So I have this lovely lavender loon that you saw last time that was put into my cart.
Ask Megan could have just handed it through the screen to you, then you could have grabbed it.
Oh.
I have my own skein too, so we really could do the like.
Funny. So I have that, and then also you handed me some magpie.
Oh, the speckles.
Yes, and it's that schwanky, so it's super squishy-tastic and soft and wonderful. And then also some buttons. Yeah, so these are really fun. And I have
They're from Twin Mountain Handcrafts. So I'll hold up the stitch markers that are prizes for our head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I picked these out. You can pick the class. And then they're just a bunch of, it's her variety pack of all of the different colors of sparkle acrylic they have. And then in addition to the clasp, you also can select the color of the clasp. And so, yeah, I thought this would be a fun toes prize. So that jumped in with our buttons, but I just wanted to hold up the Twin Mountain Handcraft.
So I plan to knit some cardigans here shortly. So these are going to be my buttons for that. Hopefully it all works out. I'm going to have to hold them up. Haven't gotten there yet. And then when I got back from Fall Frolic, I had a lovely package.
They all arrived while you were gone, and then you weren't there, and your husband to like hide them away, and your husband was like, "What are you doing?"
No, this came yesterday, but
okay.
But it was still kind of like I was expecting a new computer because my other one frustrating and died a death. Anyway, but new computer arrived. It's beautiful, but before it arrived, yarn arrived. So two giant purchases arrived in one day. So I'm sure that was fun for him. But anyway, all that to say that I had ordered some Lola Bean. And oh, it's so pretty. So this is going to be that there was a pattern that got released, I think in coordination with Lola Bean Yarn. It was Lola something, and it's a crop with long sleeves, and it's good for texture, or it's got a lot of texture. So it's good for really speckly yarns like this.
Yeah.
And then I got another color.
What was the first color? Is that the City So Nice? They named it twice? Okay.
Yep, I got some City So Nice. So I can't wait to turn this into a lovely sweater. I'm so excited.
And what's the second one?
Garbage Pail Kids.
Excellent.
So this is just fingering, but a duo so that I can make something bigger. I didn't want it to live on my feet. So.
Yeah. My night book has one of her colorways with the speckles as like the contrast color, not like the dominant dark main color. And I just love how it turned out. It's the only time that I've used speckles in color work and had it, again, I feel like the speckles in hers are really great. Really great.
Yeah, and we also decided that it was also the pattern itself that allowed for that
geometrical.
To not bother you so much.
Well, your brain kind of paints in, even if you get kind of like that pixel of not quite right. Yeah. So I've been using my swanky sock that I used on my Easy V in my festive doodle, and it's like the skein that never ends. That's another favorite thing too, right? I'm like, I've made 2 sweaters with this one skein of swanky sock, and I still probably have like 40 grams left. What else do I have to make with this thing?
That sounds magical. I don't know that mine's going to be that magical.
So yeah, I got the magical skein of Dream Beaver.
Okay.
Sorry that you all didn't get it, but I got the magical skein that can be multiple, major color work motifs and both of them. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but
Yeah. So yep. So all of that arrived, and I'm very happy with it. And yeah, I adore the colors that I got, and I'm excited to work with them.
It seems restrained, because again, I know that Jeanette and George just have that wall of beautiful colors, right? It's like picking crayons out of the box, right? It's like, oh, in this color, oh, in this color. So purposeful purchasing, that's good.
Yes, yeah, no, definitely. I really needed to narrow it down to a color or a base or a project because it was just too much, right? Or not, it was overwhelming for me. And I think as soon as I locked in on this colorway, I saw it in the DK weight, and I was kind of looking at what I would make with it. And I was like, well, it can't live by itself. There's a lot of examples with this Tweety in a color work, just from the fashion show. They do a fashion show there, and people kind of show off their knits that they made out of Jeanette's yarn. And so you get super inspired, and and your queue grows. And so from that is when I
almost seems purposeful.
Yeah, I know. Like she does it on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
we do the same thing, right? We have the designer showcases before the market, so you can get all enabled and then pick out your perfect yarn for the perfect project. So yeah, so pretty, so pretty. Love it. So Valerie put in the comments that Etude is a musical composition, which makes sense because one of Jeanette and George's daughters is like a band teacher, right? For a solo instrument, designed to give practice and some special point of technique, but often performed for its artistic worth. So etude is a musical term. Thank you, Valerie. The more you know. Do, 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 do.
No, that's good. Again, I picked this up in like lots of bases. Like I really was like, okay, that's the color. Because she has antler, which is a white base. And I was going to put that in here. And then I kind of, crowdsourced, which one? And how many people chose white? And then I went. So
that's also a great technique, right? Like if you do a coin flip and it lands on the one and you're like, oh, then you're like, okay, I knew what I was supposed to pick.
Yeah. So there was definitely a lot of, you're right. This is, I think Jeanette put it best. She said that's the safe option. And this is the not safe option, the edgy, the fun, the colorful, so I went with the colorful option. But
again, all right. So I got a standing desk last week, which I think you saw when you were picking up the items. I hadn't assembled it yet. I'm one of those weirdos that likes going to IKEA or likes getting the desks in the mail and putting them together. So like I kind of like savored it, right? Like I made a night of it. I get to put together my desk. And then last week, towards the end, I was doing more of the standing, which I would say, again, kind of work your way like couch to 5K it up if you do a sit stand desk. Because my hips started yelling at me a little bit. They're like, you're not normally on your feet this long. And then earlier this week, I got a walk pad, which is different than a treadmill, which is what I call treadmills. So you can't run on it, and it doesn't have like the upper part where you have to hold on. It is just a pad that like folds in half, and it only goes up to like, I think 3.5 miles per hour, which maybe I'll get better at it. But if I go up to like 2 miles per hour and I'm in a meeting, like I can feel myself getting a little breathy, right? Like I'm not out of breath, but like you can hear it in my voice, right? That I'm walking, in addition that you can see it, right? But that's been fun. So yesterday was my first day. I got 16,000 steps. And my legs are telling me a little bit about that today as well, right? Like, you weren't even at 10,000 and now you're trying to double the amount of steps that you're taking in a day. But again, I think I don't know. I know that you did a lot of this, and maybe I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm slow to change, I guess. But like, I used to sit over there, and that's where I sat all day, every day for the last 2 years. Because that's where I sit on the weekends too, even when I'm not working and when I'm podcasting and when I'm VKNing. And now I'm just kind of enjoying the variety that this is bringing in my day, right? So like before this, I was sitting over there, and then I'll join a meeting here after we get done, and I'll walk, and maybe I'll stand. Yeah. So again, just kind of like mixing things up and maybe putting yourself outside of that comfort zone, right? Like not the safe choice. I really enjoy being close to the window, although when I was just standing, it was kind of cold. But now that I'm trying to incorporate a little bit of walking, I'm like, whew, I'm glad I'm closer to the window. But so that would be my favorite thing. If anybody's interested, I did put it out in the VKN thread, the weekly VKN thread, the walking pad. But if anybody's interested in the desk as well, I can post that. It's, again, I'd had people in my life that were concerned that I would like fall, right? Like my manager's like, do I need to get you like an OSHA sign that says days since last incident? But I think this is actually, there's more surface for me to grab onto than a typical treadmill has, right? Because it's wide and it's deep. And then there's nothing like in front of me per se to like run into where my feet are, right? So I can't even like trip myself up by like hitting the thing that's in front. They're two separate pieces. So I'm enjoying that. Definitely a favorite thing. I hope to continue to get my steps in, especially in the winter months where like, try to get a walk in over lunch. It's going to be a high of 12 this weekend, right? Yeah. So maybe I'll watch some Netflix and walk, right? So yeah.
I was surprised because I clicked on the link that you didn't get a bright color.
I think it was about availability.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
mine's sense. White, but yes, they had different colors. And then I did not download the app because the app was like only the name of the app was in English, and then everything else was like Chinese characters. And I'm like, I'm a little worried about this. So I haven't installed the app. I've just been using it again.
Yeah, like not being able to read what it says.
Yeah, little concerned there. Much like you, I got buttons. So again, the Twin Mountain handcrafts recommended to me by Shayna. Really love that you can kind of choose your own finish as well as size. So these kind of sparkly yellow and blue confetti, I'm trying to remember the name that they had on them. I have my Elton that I turned into a Henley that has just been waiting for the perfect buttons. And I love that it's going to pick up some of the blue from the mohair, but then also some of the speckle from the mane. And yeah, went and picked up and made sure that, or measured and made sure that these were going to fit, but got more than enough of them, and super love them. Also got some, I thought these would be fun prizes, maybe for shoulder with sweaters. Got some clear glittery buttons. I think they could go with just about anything, right? Like if you could imagine this needing a button, right? They're kind of translucent, but add a little bit of pop. So that's fun. Highly recommend them. They came quickly and was a great pairing. So this is a sew away, not a block away. But want to get to wearing this again. I feel like people are with my standing desk are seeing more of my upper body, so want to be wearing this. And I partook in the Suburban Stitcher fall sale, but I'm not going to show my my haul there. And then also Cato Yarn Co. had a sale as well. They had a yak base that I remember feeling at ZK and super loved during swatching. But these were the things that I was most excited about of my recent purchases. I feel like this time of year, which is horrible, right? It's holiday season. I think I'm buying my stuff, all of this stuff. But I did tell my husband about the desk. I'm like, this can be my Christmas present, right? Like, you don't need to. I bought myself a Christmas present.
Well, yeah, and I keep looking at, like, since you mentioned it, like, oh, do I want a walking thing for work? But I would use it at here more, right? So then that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So again, from the docking station that I have with my HP, be techie here a little bit, I can plug in this Gram, the Samsung Gram, and also I have a Chromebook, and it will utilize the monitor and the speakers and the camera all through that same like docking station as my work one, which is really nice. So like Jeremy will stand here and be doing his own things on a Chromebook. And so it's almost like a drop-in location in our house, except I'm the one that uses it during the day currently because it's new and exciting and he can't.
You planned it, you got it here. Yeah.
I assembled it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. Yeah, a lot of favorite things yet this week. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we'll have to figure out podcasting next week with Thanksgiving. But if we don't, just know that we're very thankful for all of you, the community, the ZK community, the ZKN community, our Discord community. Yeah, it's for me. Crafting is about connections with other crafters. If I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't have stuck with crafting. I love crafting on for its own merit, right, of creating things. But I feel like the hook for me is the community. So
yes, very thankful for sure, and can't wait to see the people who are joining us in June. That was too many J's apparently for me today. But yeah, we're excited, and hopefully I can maybe draw a little early for one of those bags to give somebody some holiday excitement around the ZK-ness of it all. So again, we had a lot of favorite things this week.
And again, the community is always like that could just be every favorite things for me. So yep, love you all, and enjoy time with your families and friends, regardless, I guess, if you're celebrating American Thanksgiving. But
right. Bye.
Bye. And it says